Hello everyone, welcome to the part number 1 for this milestone 6. So as you know, this one's gonna be about building a tag feature. So we're gonna jump off it. So as you know, I like to start with a server. So this is what we're gonna do. One of the thing it's now if we check how the database is working right now, if we have the user table, we have the photo table, photo comment, and like photo. Okay, so that's pretty nice for this. What we want to do now, it's adding a tag to the photo. Okay, but how can we do this? So the first thing we need to think about what a tag need, and I think the tag need nothing more than having a name. Okay, you don't even need a created at like timestamp and thing like that. You just need to have a name, and this name need to be unique. So what we're gonna do, it's inside the server side. What I want to do, it's I want to run finally gen schema from Phoenix. Sorry about that. Where finally we say to the post context. So that's gonna be inside the live Instagram. We have the post context with a S. Don't forget. We're gonna create a tag schema. Finally, a new tag. I don't know how you say that, but like a tag model inside this context. We need to put the plural here, so that's going to be tags, and we say a name need to be a string and that need to be unique. So if I run this, what's going to happen is that create two files. These two files is going to be, one is going to be inside the post context, that's going to be the tag right there, and because we are there already, what we can do is delete the timestamp. I don't want to have the timestamp, so my ecto schema, I just want it to be a name with a string. As you see, because we have already say unique, they're gonna put unique constraint name. Also, inside the private folder, we have a new migration. I think I need to run, yeah. And now this migration create a table tag, so that was the one we have put there, with a name, a string. I want to remove the timestamp, and they create a unique index because we have say unique right there. So now the only thing I want to do also, it's here inside the add name, this line, I want to also say nulls to be false. So I want to make sure that when someone creates something, for like create a tag, name it's required. So now we have the tag, okay? So now example, if I run my migration, what happened? It's inside my DB now. I have this tag table, so I have an ID and a name. The thing is, we want the tag to have many photo. Like, I mean, I can have like 20 photo with the same tag, and so like it's gonna be a many-to-many relationship, because a photo can have many tag, can have like 5 tag, and the tag can have many photo below him. So for doing this kind of stuff, what we're gonna do is we're gonna finally gen a migration, or we're gonna say, create tag photo. So this migration is gonna be just about creating a new table, a join table, and this table is gonna be just about finally handle, not handle, but handle the ID of the tag and the ID of the photo. So finally, this table just gonna have both ID and save it to it. So what I'm gonna do, it's here I'm gonna say create a table. We're gonna call that tags photo, so both in plural. This one here, I'm gonna say add a tag ID column. This thing gonna reference the tags, so the one we have created right there, so the tags table. On delete, what I want to do when I'm gonna delete example, delete a tag or something like that, I want to delete all of them. And null to be false. I'm gonna just do Shift Command D to copy paste this line. I'm gonna do photo ID here. I'm gonna change that to be photos. Okay. The only thing I'm gonna add also, it's here. I'm gonna say create a unique index. Where here I'm gonna say the name of the table, so tags photo, and here inside this I'm gonna do tag ID and photo ID. What I mean by that is by doing this unique index, what is gonna happen is I'm sure then my photo cannot have 20 times summer, the summer tag or something like that. So now by doing this new migration right there, when I'm gonna run ecto migrate, mix ecto migrate, that's gonna create for us a new table called tags photo, and that's gonna be the join table. What we left to do now, it's inside the schema right there. What we're gonna do now, it's we're gonna need to tell ecto how that's gonna work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say this is a many-to-many relationship, well, that we're gonna have many photo from the Instagram that posts that photo, and we're gonna say join true. So that's gonna be join through which table, and that's gonna be the tags photo table. If you never know the name, remember for first thing I always put pluralize. So that's gonna be plural, sorry, like you know what I mean, with S. So now here I'm gonna copy this line and paste it also inside the photo. So now my photo is gonna have many tags from the same join, but here now that's gonna be tag. So now we're gonna test the mix ecto migrate. Perfect, now it work. So now we see we create a table tag photo, and also we have created an index tag photo tag ID photo ID index. So this thing came because of this thing here, tag ID index photo ID index. So now if I refresh this screen here inside Postico, sorry, now we have the tag photo table, and this one have an ID, tag ID, photo ID. And if we look at the structure, we know then the tag ID go with the tag table, and you can see all the things. So reference the table tags with the ID. So finally, when we're gonna create a tag and we match it to a photo, the tag photo gonna take the ID of this table right there. And this is the same. Also, we see we get non-null. So that means like it's impossible to have a tag photo without this both item. And here inside the indexes, we have the primary key built already by default from Ecto. And we have this tag photo tag ID photo ID index, which is finally the index we have created together. Perfect. So now what we can do is I'm gonna show you one thing first. It's now I would like to create like a tag just to showing you like how they're gonna looks like, but you know what, why not jump on the code first? I think that's gonna make more sense. So what I want, when I create a photo, I'm gonna send to my photo, I'm gonna send an array, okay? So if you want to see how that's gonna looks like, that's gonna look something like this. So I'm gonna send an array of summer, and I'm gonna have an array maybe like summer 2000. Like I'm really bad in this kind of hashtag thing. It's winter and thing like this, okay? So what we want, when we create a photo and we get this list of string, to loop over each string and trim first thing, because I don't want to have this summer with space, because you know, always remember that you always think that your client or customer, whatever, like can put not a good for you know what I mean, like not a good string and thing like this. Like maybe they're gonna type in the cell phone and they are gonna have space and thing like this. So one of the first thing we want to do is we want to trim, okay? So keep in mind this thing. What I want, it's inside my change set here. After I validate require, so I know I have my image URL and user ID. What I want is I'm gonna want to put an association to my tags, okay? So this thing here. But for doing this, what I want to do is I'm gonna call something called parse tag, and I'm gonna pass it my attribute I have right there, okay? So I'm gonna create this function. So that's gonna be a private function. So parse tags. So first thing here, we're gonna have the param. So that's gonna be the full attribute of when we create a photo. So here, what I'm gonna do, I want to take my param tag, okay? But this param tag, maybe like my front end gonna, I'm gonna forget to put an empty array or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my param tag like that. And I'm gonna say finally, if I don't have the param tags, I just want to have an empty list like this, okay? So now here, we're gonna map over each element. So finally, it's the same as when we did JavaScript and things like this. It take a list and we can iterate over each element. And now here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make use of the string that trim /1. So that's gonna be the trim who take finally just one argument. And this one return a string where all leading and trailing Unicode white space have been removed. So now when I have this list, now you remove all that. So I keep this list, but now I make sure that I have no white space in both sides like this, okay? So now what I want to do is I'm gonna pipe this value we have here, and I'm gonna say finally I want to reject, so return an element of inalienable for which the function return false, okay? So finally think about, it's almost like a filter or something like that. So now here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say my string, I'm gonna pass it's an empty string. So I want to make sure then if this is an empty string, so if my front end send me that's gonna be rejected. So now I'm gonna have a list of this thing like that. Now I'm gonna call a function I'm gonna create right after called insert and get out, okay? So this function insert and get out can receive an empty string because of this empty, not an empty string, an empty list. And what I'm gonna do when this is this, I'm gonna just return that also. And I'm gonna recreate this insert and get out. And I think by convention, this is what I see a lot in the Elixir code base. It's when you have, because of pattern matching, when you have multiple functions like that, you want to keep them like closed like this without space. So that's gonna look, that's gonna be simpler to see. I think it's kind of the standard. So now, now here we're gonna receive a names, okay? So now this is the list of everything being parsed and things like this, all removed. Now we receive this thing like that. So now what I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna create a variable called maps, and this thing is gonna be finally my a creation of finally maps. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass my names, and what I want is I want to return finally each element gonna return a new maps with name equal to his value, okay? Like that. So now my maps now gonna look something like this. So now here I'm gonna have a list where I'm gonna have names, and that's gonna be summer, and I'm gonna have names, it's gonna be winter, okay? Now here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump at the top, I'm gonna say alias Instagram.repo, so I want to alias the repo, and I'm gonna say repo.insert all. So we want to insert a bunch of stuff, and now I'm gonna need to have the tag. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an alias to this Instagram post, and that's gonna be the tag, so the one we just created. So now I can remove this thing here, and now I say I'm gonna want to insert tag with the maps, so all finally the map of maps right there, and we're gonna say now on conflict I want to do nothing. So what that means, it's maybe here I'm gonna have a tag who already exists, okay? So I'm gonna have a list of tags who already exists, maybe. So example, if I put summer winter and I have already summer, I don't want when I have the conflict to stop my my function right there. I want it to continue. And now what I'm gonna do, it's because I just want to make sure then this is saving everything. Like you don't really need to do this, but I'm gonna just say finally give me back. And for doing this thing, we're gonna need to import ecto.query, because we're gonna create a query. I'm gonna say from t in tag, where t.name equal, and now here I'm gonna say equal in, sorry, names. So that means in, gonna take a list. So that's gonna be this list here. So if give me back finally all the tag, sorry, all the tag finally who is inside this list. Like, you don't really need to do this. Like, you can have just passing this name. It just finally, for me, I just want to make sure then everything is good when being saved. I don't want to put an example a tag and having the chains, then maybe this tag don't even exist in the DB. Okay, so now if you follow what I do, when the photo gonna be created inside the chain set, after everything is validated required for the photo, we're gonna do an association. So we're gonna finally update the association tag, so this one, where we're gonna call this function parse attribute. So finally we're gonna do an association with this result of this thing. And yeah, so this association also, this is one of the reasons. Pretty sure it liked better when it came as another ecto struct, so things are gonna be better. So we call this function parse tag. We finally a way to us make sure that everything gonna save like we want. We trim, we reject if empty, we insert all. We do a pattern matching. If we get an empty list because of this, we just return an empty list. So here we're gonna have nothing. And if not, we create a maps list right there. And this element gonna be just each map gonna have just the name. So just what we need to create a tag. Here we do an insert all, or finally you can have you can insert many entries in the same time. And if we have a conflict, we do nothing, and finally we return every element. So one thing I forgot is I forgot to do a migration. We didn't. Oh yeah, we didn't. Perfect. So now we need to test it, but how can we do this? So what we're gonna need to do is jump first thing on the Instagram web schema. And inside this one, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna need to add to the create photo right there. We're gonna have another args who's gonna definitely tags, because that's gonna be a list. I'm gonna do this like that. And now I'm gonna add some kind of security by doing not null list of string. So what I mean is I have no choice than at least having an empty array of tags. So at least like that's gonna be better for us in the server. So we're gonna have a list of string when we create a photo. And now what I want to do, it's inside my schema post type. I need to create a new object called tag, where this one's gonna have only a field name, who's gonna be a non-null string. Okay, nothing more to create a photo. So now I'm gonna run my server. And we get an error. Oh, it's already running. That's why I get the error. Perfect. So now I've already filled everything. So remember to be authorized. So I'm gonna create a photo with a caption. And as you see inside the invitation, create photo, now need an array of tag. And what I do is I put an image and I put a tag called summer 2000, and I'm gonna now send. So now that create, perfect. So now if we look inside the query, what we did, it's we add into the photo table, we add a new element, and we add into the tag photo, the photo ID, and the tag ID was the value of the first one here. It's the value of the photo ID, pretty sure. And now this one is the tag ID. So now if we look back inside Postico, and now I click on content and I refresh, now I get inside my tag photo, first element it's 1, tag ID 1, photo ID 1. And now if I click there, we have seen then We see now the photo match this photo, so the one we just create, and the tag ID match this summer 2000. And we have one tag, summer 2000. So now example, if I create another tag with another inside another photo, summer 2001, an example winter, and I run. Now the query is done, perfect. But now if I refresh here, I have summer 2000, summer 2001, and winter. But as you see, I've again say summer 2000 like I told you. This way we're gonna make sure that we have only one tag. And inside the tag photo now, we have the ID, tag ID 1 match the photo 13, ID 1 because summer 2000 match also the photo 14, and the number 3, blah blah blah. So now that's it for this video. So I think we learned we learned a good amount of stuff here. So yeah, so in the next one, what I want is, first thing, we not want to make sure that when we fetch the photo, we can fetch also the tag. So by doing this way, that's gonna let us adding the tag if we want inside the comments, like I think Instagram really do. And also we're gonna start to work on the search feature. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments. Again, the repository link is gonna be in the description. If you have any question, you can hit me on the Discord. I have the Discord link inside the description or inside the comment right there. I hope you enjoy, and we talk later. Have a good night. Bye.